we're learning we need to understand here, not necessarily for communication to an employer, but our own internal understanding of what's happening, about how they come together in relation to the implications for the individual in the workplace. The different ways customized jobs come to be have different implications of support and other issues on the workplace. And part of the first three issues, single source, multiple source, and what should really say created source job descriptions, relate to where the tasks that comprise the customized job description came from. In some workplaces, they'll come from a single source job description in the setting. In other words, one job description will, you kind of, if you hung around, you'd see a lot of things laying on the floor that need to get done that aren't getting done. And it's metaphorical, obviously. It's not like somebody's wadding up pieces of paper and throwing it at the rubbish bin and missing. I guess that could happen, but that's not what I have in mind. But I mean things that you're expected to do that you're not doing. But in other workplaces, you might go to this one and this one and this one and this one. So you're taking your different tasks from different job descriptions. The important distinction has to do about supervision, at least one. If you're getting most of your tasks from a single source job description in a setting, you've got one supervisor. And for some people, you know that's critical. Except the Murphy's Law of supported employment says the good supervisor will always lead, period. In which case, you're now bound to the fact that that person's going to leave, you just don't know when. All right? On the other hand, if you get tasks from multiple job description sources in the workplace, you now are likely to have multiple supervisors, which is a good thing, except my job seeker, he's a one-man kind of guy, and he's not going to take instruction from anybody. You see how you have to think about the relationship of how tasks are put together and the source and the individual. All of these things become variables as you're thinking of customizing, and you can actually be intentional, or at least around your negotiation. Now, negotiation does not allow for absolute intention. Negotiation is the art of the possible. So you can say all day long, this person really needs one supervisor, but if the fact is there's multiple needs in the company, you may have to negotiation. You may have to compromise. That's part. And then, was your compromise a good idea or not? We'll see. This is an imperfect science, which negotiation obviously is. We also can look at the first three issues here relate to wage relationships in the traditional way. The employer has an employer-employee relationship with the individual. And so they're due then all of the requirements and responsibilities and benefits of that relationship. The last two relate to an entrepreneurial relationship where you're your own employer and you're offering in the contract jobs specific services, or possibly even a business selling a product or a general service to a market. And all of these are features for customization.